Japan Journal, the internet's #1 English language weekly online cybercast from Japan. Japan Journal with Mal Adams.
The Japanese language. Okay, the name of this course is Adams International Academy's Hajime no Ippo. That means the first steps in Japanese language. And we're going to begin with the Japanese syllabaries. Syllabaries. You know what we call syllable. Nice to meet you. Today is a fine day. Today has 2 syllables. Today. So syllabaries are the sounds that formulate Japanese words. So let's begin with introducing you to the Japanese syllabaries. And we start with this one right here. And what do we have? This is Japanese script. Okay, this one is called A, and that's in Romaji writing style. The Roman alphabet is written with an A, but it's not pronounced A, it's pronounced A. And this is Ka, Sa, Ta, Na, Ha. So all of these first letters have a similar sound, a similar syllabary sound. It's a very easy pronunciation. So A, I, U, E, O is the first 5 letters of the Japanese syllabary alphabet. Listen and repeat. A, Hai, I, Hai, U, Hai, E, Hai, O, Hai. Now we go to Ka. Ka, Ki, Ku, Ke, Ko, Sa, Shi, Su, Se, So, Ta, Chi, Tsu, Te, To, Na, Ni, Nu, Ne, No, Ha, Hi, Hu, He, Ho, Ma, Mi, Mu, Me, Mo, Ya, Yu, Yo, La, Ri, Ru, De, Ro, Wa, O, All right. That's hiragana. これはカタカナ. The written script. Same thing. So you have 2 ways of writing the Japanese syllabaries: in the hiragana form, which is a little bit more cursive, and the katakana, which is straight and linear. But that is usually symbols to designate foreign words in the Japanese language. So the other ones are Japanese pronounced words. So if I want to say, where is my country? In Japanese, most people would say America. So, then mami muno me, di, dari, ru, de, ro, korde, di, and ka. Me, di, ka. America. Okay, so these symbols indicate foreign words. All right, let's move on to the alphabet, Romaji, and then here you go. Without, you see, without the alphabet indication. You must read these yourself and go back to the, without the alphabet, okay? そこまで覚えててください. But with them now, so this is A, Ka, Sa, Ta, Na, Ha. Then you might notice that in here, I, Ki, Shi, Chi, Ni, Hi. でもなんで Ka, Ki, Ta, Chi になっちゃう and Shi になっちゃう. This is very special in Japanese. Na, Ni, Ha, Hi. Simpler. But right here, Ta, なんで Ta, Ti ならないね。Ta, Chi だから。なんで Sa, Si ならないよ。Shi になっちゃうから. That's confusing for foreigners. So don't get confused. Just remember what it is. Okay, so much for the Japanese syllabaries and the sounds. You will be practicing them every day until you get it right. So sometimes we have vowels like A, E, I, O, U in the English alphabet, but in Nihon wa A, I, U, E, O. And we have long vowels. So long vowels, look, when two same symbols representing a vowel follow each other directly, the pronunciation of that part of the word must be slightly lengthened. The double vowel AA, as it is written in the Roman alphabet, is pronounced like R in the English word bar. So, if you fail to pronounce such vowels the appropriate length, the meaning of the word may become entirely different. In this textbook, vowel letters doublet words written in Romaji or the Roman alphabet indicate that they should be pronounced as long vowels. For example, tsuki, moon, tsuki, but tsuuki, tsuuki means ventilation, tsuki, and toru, to take something, toru, or toru. Toru means to pass. ごめんなさい、通ります。のことだからね。Okay, so let's practice there. So we have a double vowel sound right here. And if you think that's pronounced okasan, you'd be wrong. Listen, it's
お母さん、
okasan. Very difficult for the foreign ear to hear this. So we sometimes mispronounce a word completely because we don't recognize the extended sound of the double vowel. It's not okasan, it's okasan, okasan, okaasan, okaasan, okaasan. You got to remember that. Next is there's an ojisan, ojisan, but this is
おじいさん、
oji-san, oji-san, because the double I, e-san, and it's written o-g-e-san, and then you come,
ゆかん、
you come,
ゆかん、
you come, you come, one-san,
お姉さん、
one-san, one-san,
お姉さん、時計、
toke, tokei, it's a e there, but the tokei. And otosan,
お父さん、
oki,
大きい、大きい、
oki. All right. So that's the long vowels. Now, the long vowel in the alphabet, A, long vowel pronunciation is A, cake. The short vowel pronunciation is hat. 2つずつありますから、英語では間違いない。Here are the pronunciation of the word R とか、K-O-R-E would be pronounced kore.
これ、
So there's no kore じゃない。間のトーンだから、and kuruma.
車、
So a little bit stress on the ru. Kuruma.
車、
So that's the R pronounced. Now, the consonant R in R-A, R-I, R-U-R-E is R. Ra-ri-ru-re, and ro is not pronounced like the English R. No. Ra-ri-ru-re-ro. No. Where the tip of the tongue is usually curled. But like L at the beginning of the word or a weak D. So the curled tip of the tongue is like this. Ra, it's more like the tip of the tongue is usually curled, but like L at the beginning of the word or a weak L. So, la li lu le lo, Nihongo, or D sound, da di do de do. Kikoyu? Da, a little bit hard D, but da di do de do. That's a perfect Japanese R sound. In English, it's ra, ri, ru, re, ro. It's so ugly if you pronounce this word like the English R. Ra, ri, ru, ro. It's easier to say L, la, li, lu, le, lo, or da, boku wa. I'm very good at pronouncing Japanese words, so I prefer the weak D. Da, di, do, de, do. Okay. Ja. So, kore, じゃない。Kuruma. Okay. So much for the pronunciation of R. Now, G is another thing. Gakusei, 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 gakusei. Listen.
学生
Gakusei. Sei. だから。Here's another one. Daigaku.
大学
Okay. Daigaku. そのいからが when it's text, there's a sort of an N sound, NG sound なりますから。So we have a gakusei. So when the consonant G in ga, gi, gu, ge, and go comes at the beginning of a word, 最初からが as in gakusei, it sounds like the G in English, garden. But when the G is in the middle of the word, for example, daigaku, its sound is very close to NG in the English, sing. So, daigaku じゃない、daingaku. Listen,
大学
daingaku. Just put a little N in there and you get the correct pronunciation of that G. Got daingaku. Gakusei.
学生
Oh, that's easy. Daingaku.
大学
Oh, みんな外国人その頃知らないから。で、そうしばきれいな日本語の発音ならない。Okay, so that's the G. Let's go down to the pronunciation of N. Sando. The sound of N varies according to the letter that follows it. San no ato no D wa N before T, D, N, R, and J, and Z represents a sound like the N in man. Man. So we have the words sando,
サンド
mando, man, mando. Sando. How about P no mai?
散歩
Sampo. Okay. So in case of the one before the T, D, N, R, and J, hantai, kondo, hanne, kinni. Okay. The N before B, M, and P is pronounced like M in the word sample. Most foreigners don't detect that sound. That's a nuance. So this is not sanpo, it's sampo. Like a M. Listen.
散歩
Sampo. Ne? Samban. Samme. Sampo. Okay, B no, AM no, P no mai wa ne? Okay. 3回は
3回
Sankai wa. Okay, how about this one? N before a K and a G represents a sound similar to the NG in sing. Sankai. Sankai. Sankai じゃない。Sankai. Listen.
3回
Sankai. Okay. K. N before the K. So that represents a sound similar to the NG in sing. Sanko. Mangetsu. Ne? Mangetsu. Mangetsu じゃない。Mangetsu. Okay. And then how about this one?
3円
Sangen. This is a difficult one because when the symbol N comes before S, H, Y, W, and vowels or at the end of a word, some N, it sounds more nasal. Not chowkara. More nasal, and it's somewhat like a vowel, N, with the tip of the tongue raised but not touching the roof. Sound, not chowkara. A little bit nasal with the tip of the tongue raised but not touching the roof of the mouth, and the air escapes through the nasal path. Sang, kanshin, yonghan, kanyoku, kanwaku, tenin. 発音してください。斉藤さん、店員ね。Listen.
3円
3円。おー、3円。おー。
3円
OK。関心。はい。
関心
洋飯。
4本
4飯。甘浴。こんにゃく。 翻訳だよ。
4本、翻訳、
4本ですね。そう、4本。関心、4本、翻訳、翻訳、
翻訳、
て、
店員、
店員。難しい for us to pronounce. We say 店員になりたいからね。Okay, let's move on next to, these are the sounds. You gotta understand. Oh, sorry. 失礼しました。I gotta go back. I wasn't finished with these. Pronunciation in double consonants. We got double consonants now. And sample saying, okay, double consonants right here. Okay, eep, pai. That's a small tsu. So you have a short beat. Boom. So we will always start ippai. Ippai っていうからね。そういう決まり。ippai. Ippai じゃない。ippai じゃないの。ippai. So when any two of the consonants P, T, K, or S follow each other directly, there should be a breath taken before pronouncing the second consonant. Before pronouncing pa in ippai, keep your lips closed for an instant in the middle of pronouncing the P. So you say ippai. Lip o shimatte, ippai. Or I put one beat. I tell my students, put one beat on your lips. Ippai, 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 ippai janai, ippai janai, ippai janai, ippai. Okay? Double consonant. Okay, let's listen.
いっぱい
Hora, ippai. Remember that. Moto wa same thing. Look,
もっと
motto, motto, motto. Okay? Ikkai,
一回
ikkai. S は
一切
Isai. So it's an extended sound, but you got to leave that one beat. Okay, so kasai, kasai means fire, but kasai means applause. Hakushu onegaishimasu ne. Moto, moto means former, maino. Oh, moto no naruzuba. Or motto means more, moskoshi onegaishimasu. Motto chodai. Moto? No, motto. Okay, listen again.
いっぱい
はい、
もっと
もっと、
一回
一回、一歳。
一切
おー、一歳は、in English は、斉藤さん。
1 year,
one,
1 1
one year old.
year old.
How old are you? 一歳。一年。one year. One year. 一歳。A year old. は、本当は。All right, very good. Now we get down to those are the double consonants, they shall. Well, now let's go to voiceless sounds. Voiceless sounds. A vowel like I or U between such voiceless consonants as K, S, T, P, and H is whispered. So, tsuki, ski じゃないの? Listen.
好き好き
Ski.
好き
So it's looked like there's no U. It's just because SKI in English we would say ski, but it's really ski, but more softly whispered. Ski. Listen.
好き好き
Ski.
薬
Kusuri.
薬基本基本
Kihon. So ski, kusuri, kihon, des. We don't say desu. No. Say des. Kihon, kusuri, ski. Ne? Or sukiyaki. We don't say sukiyaki. って英語の歌詞はすき焼きのなんですき焼きをすき焼きだよね、そういう違いだから。All right, very good. Those are voiceless vowels. And then let's go to the accent, the emphasis. Can completely change the meaning of the word. Unlike English, where accent is given to a syllable by stress or loudness, day is stronger. Accent in Japanese is normally in terms of relative pitches, tone. A change in accent may make the meaning of the word entirely different. For example, AME, you would think it says ame, But how about this? There are two different words with two meanings. Here's the difference. This is candy.
飴
Ame.
飴
A little bit stress on the me. Ame. 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 How about this one?
雨
Ame. Ah, rain. Zettai rain. Oh, so if I want to say it's raining candy, I say, oh, ame o ame. Suru. Saito-san is laughing over here. She's never heard that joke. That's an American joke. You think?
雨 雨
It's raining candy.
雨の雨
The rain of candy. Ooh, you got it, baby. And then finally we go to Yokohama. Doko desu ka? That's a question. Yokohama. Doko desu ka? Yokohama question. Agatteru kara. It's a declarative sentence usually ends with a flat or falling intonation. Interrogative questions end with a rising intonation. In spoken Japanese, sentences are sometimes left unfinished. If this occurs with a question, a rising pitch is often used to indicate that it is a question. In this book, such incomplete questions are indicated with a question mark. So, if I want to say, did you say Yokohama? I say, Yokohama? Agaru. Intonation rising. Yokohama with a question mark. And then I'll say, Doko desu ka? Okay, so Yokohama, where is that? Noemi, listen.
横浜どこですか
Oh, Yokohama, doko desu ka? Okay, a falling intonation. Doko desu ka? Okay, very good. And so now that's going to get it for this. Let's hurry up and get to some expressions. If you want to say good morning, you got people greeting each other coming into the office, I suspect, here. And let's see what they're going to say. First, let's check the text whether it appears. Saying good morning.
おはようおはよ
So this
うお
guy
は
comes.
ようございます
Hmm.
おはようございます
So this guy comes in and says Ohio, good morning, and they repeat good morning, but he comes in with a more formal greeting. Ohio gozaimasu. Ohio gozaimasu. Listen.
おはよう
Ohio.
おはよ
Ohio.
うおはようございます
Ohio gozaimasu.
おはようございます
Ohio gozaimasu. Okay, that's good morning. How about saying hello? Okay, someone is greeting someone else, and let's go. Listen.
こんにちは
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは
Konnichiwa. Okay. So this is not normally said to one's colleagues or family. 親戚とか友達とか仕事の方、こんにちはってあんまり言わないから、近所の人でもいいでしょ。道路の道の通るの人、こんにちは。Saying hello. Saying good evening, on the other hand, is good evening. Listen.
こんばんはこんばんはこんばんは
こんばんは。
こんばんは
こんばんは。Okay, how about saying goodbye? は
さようならさようなら
Now let's put it in Romaji, Japanese. Let's see the difference. You can see.
さようならさようなら
Let's change it to the alphabet.
さようならさようならさようならさようなら
Let's see if we can put it.
さようならさようなら
Okay, that doesn't seem to change it any. Listen only.
さようならさような
読めない。
ら
聞くだけ。で、Romajiで。
さようならさような
So
ら
you got to read the Japanese. But if I put it into usually you can change that.
さようならさようなら
English off.
さようなら
No ego. You got to
さよ
know.
うなら
Okay, very good. Saying goodbye. Asking how is someone, Mr. A and Ms. B.
元気
Genki.
はい。
Hi.
お元気ですか
Ogenki desu ka? Hi. Hi. Okay. Let's put the English back. A says, are you fine?
元気
はい。
お元気ですか
はい。
All right. Very good. And leaving work. Shigoto kairi. I'm going before you. Literally, I'm going before you, but this is, I'm going to leave early now, or sorry for leaving before you, or sorry you're still working, or something like that. And otsukare-sama desu means, oh, you must be very tired. Ikimasu.
お先にお疲れ様お先に失礼しますお疲れ様でした
Wow, いいじゃない。ね。Okay, let's kairimasu. I'm back. Welcome back. When you return home from the office, you say, Tadaima.
ただいま
おかえり。
ただいま
おかえり。
ただいま
おかえりなさい。
Kainasai. Okay. All right, let's go through. I want to get to the conversation. Now, this is shokai suru. Shokai suru, introducing yourself. Let's go right to
1、
this
紹介する。
shokai suru. Apa? You got it? Okay, let's go. Right. Lesson number 1. At a party or asking someone's name. What's your name? And she gives him her business card. These are the characters. We got
こんにちははじめまして私はマリオですどうぞよろしくマリオですそうですお名前はタカどうも高橋さんですね
Okay, so when you see that, then you practice that by yourself. You'll be having a conversation with him. But let's just do her part only this time. You can say the ladies'
あ、
part.
こんにちは。は、
Mario.
マリオさん。
So this.
私は高橋です。
Taka.
高橋。どうぞ。
Thank you. Takashi-san ですね。
ええ、よろしく。
じゃあ、会話2人で。
こんにちは
こんに
はじめまして
はじめまして。
こんにちは。
私はマリオです
私はマリ
どう
オです
ぞよろ。しく
どうぞよろしく。
マリオです
マリオです。
マリオさん。
マリオさん。
そうです。
そう。
お名前は
私は高橋です。
タカ
高橋。どうぞ。
どうも高橋さんですね
ええ、よろしく。
That's lesson number 1 at a party, asking someone's name, and then the conversation continues, asking someone's nationality. Let's let the both of them do the
マリオ
conversation.
さん、お国は？
No,
僕に
I'm
僕に何ですか
so
お
英語になっちゃっ
国
たから
は
これで
アメリカですか？
So you can 読めるからね。
ブラジルです
ブラジルです。
そうですか。
そうですか。ブラジルのどこですか？リオデジャネイロ？
いいえ
いえ、サンパウロです。サンパウロ。I see. Okay, I see. そういうことです。Okay, let's go. And then we go on in the conversation, and we go on, and it goes on. And then here's the drill. So use this correct expression to complete the conversation. Add your own details for 2, 4, and 5. Number 1 は、こんにちは、はじめまして。Let's go. よろしく、ありがとう、こんにちは。こんにちは。
こんにちは
私は山下です。お名前は、Number 2。
こんにちは。はじめまして。私は山下です。お名前は？
どうぞ
どれを自分にやるから。
そうですか。お仕事は？そうですか。私はプログラマーです。
聞いてなかったかな。そういうドリルもありますから、fill in the blanks でしょ。Okay, next time we do 買い物、買う shopping. Alright? So that's going to do it for this edition of Screen Sharing has stopped and the shared window is now closed. We're back to Brother Mal Sensei saying that's it for はじめの一歩ですね. The first steps in Japanese on Adams International Academy's cross-cultural communications and language classes, English, Taiwanese coming up, Mandarin, and Japanese for your learning pleasure. Okay, that's going to do it. Say sayonara to me and also to today's guest student right here in beautiful Media Arts Lab. We have, what's your name?
My name is Michie Saito.
Michie Saito, right there in that camera. That's Michie Saito, my great student. So let's practice. Hello.
こんにちは。
日本語で言ってるからね。お名前は何ですか？日本語で。
私は斉藤道恵です。
どうぞよろしく。はじめまして。
はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。
はい。これからもよろしくね。
こちらこそよろしく。
とても綺麗だからね。
お上手ですね。
美しいな。
お上手ですね。
お上手ですな。She means, you hitting on me. I told her she was so lovely and beautiful だから。And she said, 口うまいだね。本当の話だよ。お上手ですね。お上手。綺麗だね。そうだけど、social distancing. Social distancing. Okay, that's enough. See you later, ne? See you next week.
See you.
Okay. 教えた通り、さよなら in Kansas and Nebraska は
Bye now.
Bye now. She's speaking country English だよ。Bye now. I don't know who told that. Kinosha-san of Tsumugoi taught her how to say bye now. Bye now. It sounds like binaural or something, or binary or something. Bye now. I said, I'm from Nebraska. That's what we say. You from Tokyo, Hamamatsu. You don't speak like that. Bye now, y'all. Okay? All right. See, you wouldn't want to be unless you were right up here with me in the foothills of beautiful Mount Fuji in the tea fields of Totown Tea, the tea country of Totown Communications Company Limited and Brother Mal's Tea Town, where you can get the best green tea in the world here. And we got a special going on right now. We have matcha, and we have shincha, genmaicha, and high-grade ceremonial green tea, powdered green tea for your meditation and health purposes. We call it Marucha. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu.